years, Joe Biden and Barack Obama, who gave us the lowest economic output in U.S. history, where 800,000 people fell into poverty. When Donald Trump got elected in 2017, he said job one was to create jobs, get the economy going again. And we, with God's blessing, we created the best economic turnaround in U.S. history. I can make that case. 7.5 million new jobs, the highest middle class income ever measured, the lowest unemployment in 50 years, the lowest African American, Asian, Hispanic unemployment ever measured, y'all. And here's the thing, the litmus test, is this: they said, oh, that's a tax break for the rich, right? You heard that all the time. You didn't hear tax break, you had tax cuts for the rich. Well, you know who benefited the most from this economic turnaround? People in poverty. 6.5 million people were raised out of poverty under this economic turnaround. So after 55 years of the Great Society's Great War on Poverty that we all wanted, we wanted to eradicate poverty in America. But the reality is their big government, big bureaucracy plans failed. We've got plenty of evidence of what they're talking about doing right now has already failed in America. 55 years, we went behind the Great Society's Great War on Poverty to eradicate poverty. And the poverty rate in 2017, when Trump got elected, was basically the same as it was in 1965. All those years, not much change. 3.5 years of doing what we know is right and creating jobs allowed people to pull themselves out of poverty. That's what this democracy is all about. That's what the free enterprise system does. What Joe Biden is now talking about doing is going back and undoing the regulatory work we did in 17, going back and undoing the tax bill, undo the energy bill that let us now become energy independent for the first time in 100 years. They want to undo all that, and they expect different results. Well, Einstein called that something, I forgot. Maybe you keep pressing the same button. The problem is, guys, we already know that what they're espousing hasn't worked. You only have to look at Cuba and Venezuela and Russia and other places in the world where it's been tried. It comes down to this. In Georgia, if we get our vote out, we all win. That's what this is about today. How many of you have already voted? I love that. Thank you. I'm going to bring out a guy named Alec Ponovit, who most of you know. He was head of the Georgia GOP years ago. He's gotten more Republicans elected, including Sonny Perdue back in 2002. He's just a great guy. He's been with us since 2014. He's making all these stops around the state this week and last week, the week before. I want him to come tell you how we close this out and win this thing. Alec?